Well, I'm concerned, and probably my economic training background, that a lot of recordings is just bewildering in number, and I should have something far briefer, an overview, a bit more than an overview, something that somehow emphasizes the essence of the matter, the core of things. What's the essential here? I've given what seems like endless discourse on, if you like, the reality of living. Or what I take to understand to be a helpful way of living. But it's not helpful if it doesn't somehow draw things together and you have an overall grasp of what's going on. So I'm singling out recordings that might help in this regard. And I'm indicating those by the capital letters, a bit perverse given I don't use capital letters in my phonetic alphabet, but you do, probably, at this stage anyway. And it may be helpful. And in a world where we don't use capital letters, well, they're just symbols. They're convenient because they're on our keyboard at the minute, aren't they? So capital AZ. In other words, it's from the beginning to the end. It's an overview. It's a pinnacle, commanding view of the city of God, by which I mean the heart of the heavenly place. The city is, in some sense, the concentrated center of civilization. Well, this is a heavenly civilization, heaven. And it's an overview of the life eternal, the state of being, the heavenly state. Eastern religions tend to think of it more in the sense of terms of oneness with God. And of course, I don't want you to lose the concept of your individuality and the concept of perfect fellowship of heaven. You know, love is in the context of unique individuals in perfect harmony, or an imperfect harmony which is vibrant and eternally creative. In other words, life abundant, fullness of life, in a state of eternal being. And I can't get clearer in my mind than that. And you might think that's not terribly clear, but I'm a child. Can't do better yet. We are always a child relative to the fantastic, that we're becoming. Dare I say, even God is such, relative to, well, in our understanding, his future self. Because we think in a time dimension. I suspect God is far more than that, and that we are too. But I can't quite visualize it yet. It's like in mathematics, you know, when you really get stumped with, is it integration? You simply stick in a term signified by the letter I, little I. And it's sitting there, it represents something you can't handle. I thought that was a bit suspect, actually, when I came across it. I thought, these mathematicians, it's a bit like Einstein, who, has a theory of, is it relativity, and he sticks in a constant term, and you think, hang on, what's that? And in a sense he says, well, I don't know, I just put it in there and it makes the equations work. It's useful, so I put it in. Okay. That's what we found with wanting to trust in God. Trusting in God was incredibly useful. And when you found just how wonderfully useful trusting in God is, well, you're not going to do a U-turn, are you? Straight pragmatism. Love you, Heavenly Dad. Thank you, Dad.